So when it comes to this whole argument that's taking place right now among people of faith, among the Catholic community, when it comes to certain far right bishops in the church wanting to ban Joe Biden, wanting to ban people like you, people like myself, people who are pro choice from receiving communion at Mass. What is your message to those bishops? Why should you be allowed to continue receiving communion even though you're pro choice?
Well, if I were to say one thing to those bishops, it would be to stay out of politics. This nation was founded on the basis of keeping church and state separate. And that's why we have succeeded for this long. One of the reasons is that we have kept religion out of politics, or at the very least tried to very hard. And the fact that these bishops are using the Eucharist as a political weapon is part laughable and part rather dangerous, because it can show how a organization that is supposed to be completely separate from the dealings and world of politics can suddenly enter into it and threaten a sitting president with action on their personal faith should they not comply with the church's demands. And to get into personal beliefs here, I just don't think the church is in any way, shape, or form in the position to say, oh, we're the bigger man here, while, the church and likely those bishops defended priests who had violated children, and instead of solving the issue head on, had just shifted the bishops and priests around instead of firing them or so on and so forth, had just shifted them to other churches to keep the matter quiet. I really don't feel that they're in a position to tell a man who believes in the simple fact that a woman should have the right to choose what she does with her body. I don't believe that these men who defended pedophiles and rapists are in any position to lecture a president on this issue.
Dustin, you're exactly right. What we have are these political hypocrites who paint themselves as being the second coming of Christ. Yet they preach love thy neighbor, right? They say love thy neighbor when they're in the pews, but then they go and pass laws against LGBT people. And we also see in the Bible, thou shalt not judge. Yet these politicians say that you should be jailed for making a personal healthcare decision, like an abortion. Or they go and strip people off their health insurance. Believe in immigration policies that completely rip children away from their parents. And I think that Pope Francis, leader of the Catholic Church, I consider myself a Pope Francis Catholic, right? He has done a good job, right? Not perfect, of course, in certain areas, but he's done a good job at staying in the center, of coming out and saying, when it comes to communion, we have to remember that this is the bread of sinners, not the reward of saints.